So this is the Lancaster Troll Market. It's right in the middle of the town of Lancaster. Never knew there was a town of Lancaster. Whenever I heard of Lancaster before, I always thought of farmers and the Amish and fields. But this is one of the most unique stores I've seen in forever. It's set almost like medieval times. It's basically the era in which this place exists. Anybody who likes the medieval era and stuff like that would love this store. It's got Magic the Gathering cards. It's got D&D. It's got all kinds of cool stuff. You go to the Ren Fair, you will love this place. Renaissance Fair with all the swords, armor, and gowns and stuff like that. This place actually sells that stuff throughout there. You could actually buy that stuff in this place. This all this stuff here is just really cool. Look, there's stickers of all kinds of things. There's look, Baby Yoda. You gotta love Baby Yoda. Here's my daughter right there. She actually found this place. I think we found it in a TikTok. That's how we discovered it. Look at this over here. It's like where a king would sit and watch over his people. And that, a knight playing a violin up there in that painting or picture, portrait, or whatever. That's so cool. This place has got to be the coolest. I guess I didn't flip this one up right side up. But these are swords. Upside down swords, apparently. Because I didn't fix this clip. Which is what I was supposed to do. But, oh well. Things happen. But they sell swords here. Can you believe it? Back when I was a kid, I used to have to buy these swords from a catalog. And months later, the swords would arrive. And look, that's right side up. Merry Christmas. Anyways, look, helmets, knight helmets. It's so cool. Where else can you go and find this stuff? I mean, I don't know how many places have stores like this anywhere. It's just I don't know. This is what we look for. We look for uniqueness. We don't want to look for the boring regular places. We want to find this, and this is just cool. You could rent this room out, actually, for a card game if you wanted, for Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons, D&D, same thing, I know. But look, they have the prices right there of how much, and it almost makes you seem like you're in that time, like medieval stuff and all that. It's just so cool. Fireplace going. Got what is that? Forget your house flags or banners up there on the wall. It's just like this is the coolest. If you want to rent that area, I mean, you can do it. This is such like one of the coolest spots I've ever seen in my life. And then of course the nerd toys. Nothing wrong with the nerd toys, all the figurines and everything else. Is that Sequest DSV? I remember when that came out. Yes, I guess I'm old. Oh well. Yes, it was the oceanographic, if that's even a word, spin on Star Trek. But look at all the figures and stuff. You remember Darwin, the dolphin? Sorry, going off on a spin. Anyways, look at all these different things that this place has. I mean, just when you think you've seen everything, foam swords. I had to play with a sword, of course. I had to make sure it was foam. Thought it was pretty cool. Snapdragon. And look, I'm reading it as the video goes through. But my daughter, she is all over this stuff. How do you go wrong with a place like this, though? You really can't. I guess that's 3D printed stuff. That seems to be a real common thing right now. 3D prints. They look really cool. Like, I wish I had the money for a 3D printer. That'd be cool. The figurines you could paint for your role playing and your dice stuff. Look at all this stuff on the wall. It's just crazy how much this place has. I tried to record everything on this, and I am very bad at going too fast, so I had to actually slow this video down just so we're not like getting the spins or whatever. That's pretty cool. Yeah, but this is in the middle of Lancaster. If you know where the Central Market is, it's pretty close to the Central Market. I didn't even know Lancaster had a Central Market. It's supposed to be the oldest continuous running market in the United States. There's the register, of course. The keep, or the guy, he was roaming around talking to the customers a lot. Seemed like a really nice guy. Really played into this whole thing, which was awesome. With all the night stuff. I just wish when I was a kid, I wish I was able to go to a store like this. I was definitely into this era, this time period when I was younger. It was just, it just seemed like such a cool time. And all I want to do is buy swords and daggers and everything. Trying to remember what that was over there, but it was books. They even have books in here. Anything you could think of, just about. Like, it's just crazy. A little table you could hang out right here. And look over here. It's like a bar area. Like almost something you'd see in The Witcher. And people hanging out at the bar. And again, you could rent this area. You could have a party here. Bring all your friends. Rent this spot out. And the prices were over there. I think I swing back over to show prices. You could pause it if you need to or whatever. Don't know if you care. But, I mean, it just puts you in that time. Could you imagine, like, dressing up and going to a place and just, like, hanging out here and just having a big party or whatever? I mean, it's just fun times. The shield's up there on the wall. It's got to be one of the coolest places, though. I don't know how many times I've said that already, but you can't say it enough. Almost looks like a dungeon slash barkeep. The stone and everything. Puts you in that world. It really does. Yeah, but just wanted to give everybody a bit of a taste of what this store had to offer. Of course, I'm showing everything. But, I mean, you have to know before you make that trek, right? Before you make that journey. For me, this spot was an hour away. So, we made a plan to go out to see this and to see other places around it. The Reading Market was one. There was a nerdery that was close by. Look that up. You guys should go. Depends on what you're into. Of course, it's in the nerd stuff. It's in the Pokemon and stuff like that. It's almost on the order of this, but not medieval. It doesn't have all this stuff like this. But it's still super cool. Like, it's still something you should check out. That was a hole in the wall. So if you go see it, it's down an alley and the the door is kind of hidden. So just be aware. Guess that was the bathroom over there. So this place does have its own bathroom if you have to go. Just wanted to show that to make sure everybody knew that. First thing I think about when I go out places is where's their bathroom? Because you just never know. In so many places, they don't have facilities anymore, which is ridiculous. Look, there's the gowns and stuff, and then the shirts. They had discounted shirts. None of them are my size, by the way. They're all semi-small, so if you're big, you're probably not fitting in those. The gowns had all kinds of different sizes. So, like I said, medieval times, Renaissance fair. This is your spot for that. If you don't want to order from wherever you're ordering from for that stuff. The two buzzards up there. I thought they were cool. It almost looked like Cthulhu or something up there. That's crazy. Or a kraken. Look, all the shirts and the skulls. That's pretty cool. It's like a little shrine almost with the candles going and everything. Again, gowns. They have them just about everywhere in here. So I'm sure you could talk to the guy if they don't have what you're looking for or whatever. And I'm sure he could help you out and direct you to the right area. But like, it's just, how many spots are like this? Where else can you find something like this? Maybe you're lucky. Maybe you have that close by to you. I don't. We have to seek these out. Find these holes in the wall or hidden gems or whatever. Just crazy. I think this was I'm going to say it wrong, the apocryphy. Maybe it'll spin up because the word is, yep, apothecary. I'm so bad with words sometimes. But it's all the potions and oils and stuff like that, ointments and all that stuff. And they have that there. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I went back to this room because at the time there were people in here, and I don't like to wave my camera around when people are around. I'm still not into that, and like I feel like a oddball walking through areas. Comic books. I was checking these out back when I was a kid. I used to blow all my money on comic books, but they even have them here. They have the boxes with them sitting in there, all that stuff. I bet they know the prices, so I'm sure you're not bamboozling any of these people. I'd sooner go to a flea market probably, unless you want to pay that price. But it looked like they had all kinds of cool stuff. Yeah, if you're into this stuff, do this. Go to the places like this. Our patronage is what keeps these places open. If we don't go to these places, they disappear, and you're never going to find these places again. And then this is not an Amazon. Amazon's cool for what it is. Don't get me wrong. I love Amazon. Not against Amazon. But, like, how do you, like, recreate this? Like, if this goes out of business, if there's no love for this, what else do you do? Anyways, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If nothing else, it showed you what it is.